Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mesoma and I'm a Nigerian-based content creator and YouTuber. If this is your first time here, please do not forget to click the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. And for my OG subscribers, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be talking about my quarter life crisis.
Imagine being 23 and not knowing what you want to do with your life. It sucks.
Choosing a career path and just basically the challenges I face in my 20s. What's the next step I should do after schooling? And while I'm doing this video, I'll also be getting ready to go out. I'm going to make up, and yeah, that's basically it. So if you're in your 20s and you feel like you're in the same dilemma with me, then you should watch this video. So let's get right into it, guys. So, little background knowledge. I've been studying law for the past 7 years, and this was in 2015. It wasn't initially what I wanted to study, but because my dad said, "Oh, it was a prestigious course. You're going to be a professional. People will respect you." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Okay, oh, maybe it's law." I've been doing government in secondary school. What's the difference? And there's a whole lot of difference in law. Like I had no idea what's up. I had no idea what law was going to be like. I just went ahead with whatever my dad said because I mean I trusted his intentions then. So and now I'm like, what made me even go and study this course? Like this is not who I am. The things were taught, the way we were taught, I was just so disinterested. Like I totally lost interest. And then in 2020 during the lockdown, I found out about content creation. That was when I started doing like photography classes. I started taking pictures. I started taking my Instagram very seriously. I think I started TikTok too, but I just stopped halfway because I wasn't really interested. Fast forward to now, I'm done with law school. I finished law school last month and I do not know what to do. I'm so confused. I don't know. Should I go full time into content creation or should I like take law seriously and apply to law firms, get a job, be an NYSC associate, and all of that. I mean, I'm in a serious dilemma, guys. Let me just go start from the top and then descend to where I am right now. So I know that almost everybody, when they were little, knew what they wanted to do. Like they knew whether they wanted to be pilots, doctors, nurses, engineers, accountants. Me, I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a nurse, and yeah, that was basically it. Our parents were not like so invested in like our future careers or what we wanted to do, and it just made things way easier as kids. And then fast forward to secondary school. In my secondary school, you're not allowed to like pick your class. So there was science, arts, commercial, and I was giving science class based on my GSC results. I had a very good GSC result, and I was sent to science class. I was like, okay, maybe I should just try science class for a bit and see how that works out for me. Guys, after first term in science class, it was over. I just knew that science was not for me. I was failing math, further math, technical drawing, physics was I'll pass sometimes, I'll fail sometimes. But I knew that or more I cannot deal with this. I used to be on second, third position in junior school, and I came to senior school and I was getting 14th position, 15th position, 12th position. I was like, what is going on? I cannot take this anymore. So I told my dad, oh, I want to change, and he was very reluctant. He said I should see it through to like the end of SS1, which I did. And at the end of SS1, I was over it. SS2, I changed over to arts class, and that was when I started doing what I enjoyed. The first term, I took fourth position, and the next term, I took first position. So I was like, why did I waste all this time? Why did I waste 1 year doing something I was not interested in? Just because my parents wanted me to be a medical doctor, they wanted me to be a science student. Ha! I ran no. So the second thing is your parents choosing your career. So in SS3 now, before JAM, you will be asked like, what do you want to study? So you will know like the right combination of courses to pick. And then at that time, I really did not like understand all the jam stuff, YX stuff. I was just following whatever my teacher said, whatever my parents said. And my dad was like, oh, if you want to study law, you have to like mix these subjects, literature, government, CRS, English, blah, blah, blah. I agreed. He basically picked my course for me and even wanted to pick my school. But I did that myself. And at that point, I was like, well, if my dad says it's good, then it's good. I wanted to do something in communications or mass comm or public relations, just something that has to do with like communications and media. That's what I wanted to do. And then he like told me that, oh, law was very good. You should try law. And I just agreed. Fast forward to year two. It was as if I was in an entirely new environment. I was just overwhelmed. Like my year two was the lowest grade I had in university. I think in first semester I was still on a 2-1, but by second semester I'd already entered a 2-2. And I was seriously considering changing my course, like going to another department. And I didn't tell my parents this, so I didn't tell them because I knew that they would not agree because like law was their dream course for me. If it was not law, it was no other course. And I just said, okay, let me just continue. Year three, year four, I was still doing well. I went back up to my 2-1 and I didn't really have any much problems after that. Then came the lockdown in 2020, and that is where it all started. So the first part of 2020, I was still in school. I was in my final year. And then ASU strike started. Or was it COVID? I don't know if COVID started first, then ASU strike. But whichever one, we were all asked to go home in March. And it was like 1 week to my exams. And I really did not know what to do with my life at that point. I was like, what am I going to be doing till the pandemic is over? And as at then, I didn't know that we would have a lockdown that long. I think lockdown lasted till around October. So I was home from March to October, which is roughly 7 months, guys. Hey, hey. So when the lockdown started, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just like, let me just see when they'll call us back to school so I can finish my law degree and just enter law school immediately. Nobody warned me that we'll be at home for 6 months. So the first half of the lockdown, we were home, and I just started being more involved in social media. I liked Instagram. I started like taking random pictures, posting Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. I wasn't really into YouTube then. It was later into the lockdown I wanted to start my YouTube channel. In fact, I started it. I created a channel. I told people about it, but I never posted any content on it. So within 2020, I built like my portfolio. I became like a professional content creator. I started like working for brands in 2020. Like the brand I worked with in 2020 is my biggest brand to date, and I've not worked with a brand bigger than that. So I just knew at that point that content creation was what I was supposed to be doing. And I was really happy that I finally found my passion and I could now start making money off it and start developing myself and getting better. Before I knew it, we resumed in February 2021. I'm not very sure. I think it was February, and then we were asked to start writing our exams almost immediately. Guys, I was like, I was at that point. I was so disinterested in school. I was so disinterested in law. I didn't want to do anything law related or legal related. I just wanted to, you know, keep doing my content creation stuff and grow from there. But I'm that kind of person that once I started something, I have to see it through. I cannot just stop halfway. So I just decided to go back to school and continue. So I finished in June 2021. That was when I rounded up my studies. And yeah, I started content creation again. I didn't know what to expect because law school had not said anything when I was done. They had not started like the admissions process, and I just continued with content creation. I was like, at some point, I was like, should I really go to law school? Should I just leave law and just focus on what I really want to do? Should I just go and get a master's in digital media or digital communications or digital marketing and continue from there? Do I really have to go to law school? Those are the questions I was asking myself in 2021, the later part of 2021, from like July to September-ish. I was really, really at crossroads. I was so conflicted. I would say my law school experience was one of the worst schooling experiences I've ever had. The timetable, the schedule, the exams, everything was just designed to make you overwork yourself, overstress yourself, and still fail on top. Imagine a grading system where you're graded by your least grade and not your cumulative average. It sucks. Like that system sucks, and it's still pissing me off right now. I haven't seen my results. My results are supposed to come out in November. And I'm like, so if I mistakenly do not do well in one particular subject, it means like I'm done, Abby. So like it was just a poor system of education that I wasn't used to, and I was just over it. I found my passion. I'm done with law school. I'm now at the point where I can say, okay, I'm going into content creation full time, or I'm going into legal practice full time. And guys, I've still not made my decision. Like it's so hard for me right now, and I'm just so tired. I've like applied to different organizations. I've applied to law firms. I've applied to communication firms. I've even applied to some tech firms and stuff. Yet I'm still seriously confused as to like what career path I should choose. I know where my strengths lie. I mean, it's not like I'm not bright and I don't know like law or I cannot practice it, or I'm just not interested in it. And then content creation is like a new part of the Nigerian media industry. It's growing, like the industry is growing. In the US, it's a $1 billion industry, and Nigeria is heading there. If not already there, Nigeria is totally heading. In the next 5 years, influencers and content creators are like going to be one of the most paid or top paid people in the media industry. And well, aside from musicians or artists, and it's a very valuable industry, it's a growing industry, and this is the best time to start so that by then you become a recognized or a renowned figure. Content creation isn't really paying me yet. I'm not like making the big bucks yet from content creation, and at this point in my life I need to be able to fend for myself. I need to like do basic stuff for myself, and it's been a roller coaster for me because I'm basically living off little jobs I get here and there. I need something to be able to sustain me and feed me, and just generally be a source of livelihood for me. And in Nigeria, they do not pay young lawyers very well. You can see a lawyer earning 30K, 40K, 50K for a course he studied or she studied for 6, 7 years. What is that? Even medical doctors are not paid that amount of money. Like it's ridiculous if you ask me. And I'm not about to start working my ass off 9 to 5 and you pay me peanuts. I know a lot of people don't have a choice but to do those jobs, but I would not do that. Like never. I'd rather sit at home. I'd rather go back to my parents' house, sit at home, and be eating their money than be stressing myself every day of my life, going to work, jumping bus, and you be paying me peanuts. So that's another thing about the legal practice that in Nigeria that I do not want for myself, and I cannot deal with it. And then another thing I like about content creation is that it's flexible. You have time to do other things. Or as a young person, if you're into content creation and it's flexible, you can also be doing other jobs on the side. You can also be running a business. Like you have multiple streams of income. But when you're in the legal practice, you basically do not have the time, especially in your formative years, like your first 5 years. You're basically learning the ropes and everything that has to do with legal practice. You do not have time to develop other interests. And I do not want that to be something for me. I wish legal practice can be more flexible in Nigeria, where you can have like other things you're interested in and you can be running those businesses. In fact, it is against the rules of professional conduct for lawyers to have side businesses, like be in the business of buying and selling commodities. You cannot be in that business except you like employ other people to do it. And basically what you're doing is like you're overseeing like a supervisory position. That's basically what you're doing. As a lawyer, you're not allowed to have all those businesses. And I'm like, what the heck? What is it? You want to kill me, but you are paying me peanuts. You want to pay me peanuts. You are not paying me well. You want to kill me with work, and you are still telling me that I should not have a business I'm running. Is it a joke? Is it meant? Hmm? I feel like there hasn't been like a proper structure put in place for young people in Nigeria who just finished from uni, who are having difficulties choosing their career path. What's the next step for them? It's very difficult for people like me that have little or no interest in working in the fields of their university courses. And I'm like, by 30, I want to be settled. I want to be totally financially independent. I want to have my own home. I want to have my own business. I want to, be able to take care of myself and take care of my family without anybody's interference. And I'm like, what should I start doing now so that by then I'll be totally free from all of this. And I don't know. I'm still this video is not going to tell you what to do or how to go about it. Or me and you, we are in the same dilemma, and I feel like a lot is not said about this. And there are no career counselors, like accessible career counselors for people like us. And it's just a roller coaster. Sometimes I just want to sleep and wake up and I figured out life. People see me and say that I have figured out lives. Somebody, a friend of mine was telling me the other day that why am I saying that I'm having quarter life crisis, that my life is practically figured out. And I'm like, who gave you the impression? But my life is basically just starting. I don't even know what my next step will be. I don't even know what to do next. I'm just going through the motions. Basically what I want to do is just find a job that I like and then just start from there, start growing. It doesn't have to be something I will be doing for the rest of my life. It can just be a stepping stone into something else I'm interested in. You get it doesn't really like mean that oh because I started work as a virtual assistant for the rest of my life I'm going to be a virtual assistant. Some job positions, some careers are meant to lead you into your next phase of life, into your next career phase. I feel like your 20s is the time for you to like explore, it's the time for you to try out different options, it's time for you to travel, like just live your life in your 20s, do everything you can in your 20s. At this age you're not limited by family. You probably don't have a husband, you probably don't have kids, you most likely don't have people you're catering to yet, and just basically you alone. I think it's the best time for us to grow our network, for us to meet new people, for us to explore career opportunities, for us to do different things that we are interested in. And then from there, I feel like you figure it out. Something will come up. I mean, a career might come up, an opportunity might come up. And once you're started on that path, it's just you're good to go from there. And I feel like that is what it is. That is what our 20s are for. And I feel like sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. I know for sure that I put a lot of pressure on myself to be good, to be perfect, to already have life figured out. I don't think you can have your life figured out at 20 and 21, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. You still don't have your life figured out. Even at 30, you may still not have found your career path, what you want to be doing for the rest of your life. And it's not something to be sad about. It's not something to beat yourself up about. Definitely, there are people our age in our 20s that have made it in life. They are rich, they are comfortable, they are popular, they're buying flashy things, they're living a flashy life. Everything you see on social media might not be real. So you need to filter what you see and let it not affect your perception of things. Let it not force you to go do things that you will not be proud of just because you want to meet up to a certain image or certain um lifestyle, which is not necessary at that point. I know there's always somebody or probably on social media you look up to, and he or she is always living life, traveling to a new city, doing new stuff, and you're just at home on your bed thinking, God, when? There's something that people say, this life not turn by turn. I'm a firm believer of if you put in the work, if you're consistent, if you put aside fear, you can basically do anything you want to do. I was supposed to lay my edges before I started this video, but I forgot. I just hope that my foundation does not mix with it. Hey, wait, it's already mixing with it. Let me just see what I can do. Oh, nah, it's gone. Let me just brush it. Because if I keep doing it this way, my edges will be gone by tomorrow. I'm basically just going to end the video here and tell you that these are the best years of your life. Well, they might not be your best years, but this would be one of the best years of your life. And how you use it who determine what your future is like. Do not let anybody hold you up to any standards. Just be yourself. Do the things you love. If you have hobbies, you have things you're interested in, and you feel like you can monetize those hobbies and make good money out of it, then you should go ahead and do it. In the end, I feel like you already know what you want to do. It's just fear that is holding you back. You already know what career you want. You're unsure, you're uncertain. Okay, if I do this, will this lead to this? Will that lead to this? It's a lot of things to think about. It's a lot of pressure right now because I'm feeling the pressure too. And I just feel like you should just take one day at a time. Don't be too hard on yourself. You eventually figure these things out. But we want to figure it out now. I want to figure it out now, and we both know that it's impossible to do that. And yeah, that's just how basically life is. If you're having quarter life crisis like me, you're in your 20s, you just finished uni, and you do not know what to do. Me too, I don't know what to do, but we're going to figure it out together, okay? We've come to the end of this video. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. I will see you in my next video. Bye.